Good day, dear readers, viewers, watchers, and listeners. I pray all is well out there. We will continue with the book entitled The Sacraments of Eternity. Let us continue. Let us resume play. Let us begin. Again, still in the chapter, Revelations of the Holy Virgin Mary. Let us carry on. They reach Nazareth. John found some food. They ate and kept going, walking through one of the streets in Nazareth. David stopped and became motionless for some time. David, what's happened? Nothing. It seemed that I heard something. Let's go, David. Let's go. They left the settlement and walked 2 more miles. We have to rest. John spread his rags and they laid down on the ground and started looking at the sky. First stars appeared. John, are there any people living on these stars? Yes, David, but not on all. Is my mom there? Yes, her soul is there. John, there must be a good place without sorrow. There is no hunger and no sufferings as people have here. You are right, David. If it's not a secret, tell me, please, what did you see in Nazareth? There was just some type of phantom. What was it? It seemed I saw one of Jesus' disciples. His name was Judas Iscariot. He talked to the priest who ordered to kill my mom. I think you were mistaken, David. Jesus is in Kfar Kana now with his disciples. Have rest. It was really a phantom. John fell asleep. David was thinking about his mom. He saw her in the dream. She was smiling with her hair untressed. David, do not worry for me. I am home. When the time comes, we will meet. Listen to Jesus and Mother Mary. She will become your mother for the time being. Care for the book. You will need to give it back one day. David was fast asleep, and when he woke up, he didn't see John around. Where did he go? Worried, David. David, do you like wild honey? Yes. Here's the honey for you and some bread. Water from the spring. Help yourself. Thank you. John, I saw my mom in the dream. Sure you did. And you had doubts. Eat. May I take a look at your book? John, we are brothers. Good guy. You understand everything. I expect an answer like this. Let's go, David. We have to help our teacher and prepare people for his arrival to the Jordan River shore. Be brave, David. Be brave, my son. God protects us. He is our strength. Those who don't believe are just dead men. Laughed David. John, I am just a boy. It does not matter. Does it matter at all, David? I was never ashamed of my age and always did what God, our Creator, had ordered me. It is so great to communicate with Him. John, when will we meet Jesus? David, we have never parted with Him. He is here next to us in our souls and hearts. Look at the rising sun. If you look at the rising sun, you will see Him. He will warm and comfort you. They went on their path, satisfied and proud. They were sure they made the right choice. Ki fiar kana. Jesus and His disciples were working hard. Mom, the time of our visit is running out. We have to rest and we'll move forward to the seashore. We will need to walk several miles and we'll be at the mirror-like water surface. It always reminds me of the kingdom of heaven. Jesus, something is bothering my soul. I feel something happened. I see David with the book in his hands all the time. Mom, on the way back, we will come into his settlement and we will know how he is. We will take him with us. I like him. Jesus, we may be late. Mom, it's going to be all right. There are more good people than bad ones. If something happens to him, he still has the book. This book will attract good people to him. Thank you. I feel better. Mom, in 2 days, we will leave for the sea. Sure, Jesus, I will prepare everything. In 2 days, we left for the sea. It was really hard to walk. Only sand and not even a tree around. Finally, we heard the root. The smell of fish and freshness was blowing from the shore. Over the hill, we saw a water mirror. Coming closer to the sea, we dropped to warm sand. A small boat was approaching the land from the sea. We were having a rest. I was thinking about David. Jesus was walking along the coastline from side to side, talking to himself about something. We didn't want to interrupt him. Meanwhile, we saw fishers with their boat hit the shore. When they saw us, they came up. There was a father and his son. They nodded to introduce us. May we sit next to you? Sure, there's enough space for everyone, I replied. My name is Ovid, and this is my son, Toa. Ovid suggested making fire and brought 2 big fish. We'll have dinner now. I see you are traveling. Yes and no, I said. I don't understand then, said Obed. But I see that you are good and kind people. What are your names? We introduced ourselves. Who is the man walking along the shore from side to side, one side to another? This is Jesus, I said. Obed sat down. The one who is discussed about so much lately. Yes, this is him. I have never dreamed of seeing God with my own eyes. Tell me, Mary, a long time ago I lived in Jaffa. I knew there a man named Joseph. He helped fishers to fix their boats, and we often talked about Jesus, Mary. Do you know Joseph? Yes, he is my husband. Where is he now? Over there. I pointed to the sky. I am sorry, Mary, I didn't know. Where are you going now? We're just having a rest. When Jesus decides where to go, we will move forward. So far, we do not know. People are just waiting for him everywhere. Yes, Mary, I know. Jesus, come, fish is ready. Thank you, Mom. He came and greeted fishermen. I see you have a good catch today, do you? Yes, Jesus, we are lucky today. Thank God on the heaven. He keeps the sea still today. In 4 days, do not go fishing. There will be a huge storm. Thank you, Jesus, we won't. We have some fish in reserve. Obed, why is your son so silent? He was scared by a dog when he was young, and God took his voice. No, Obed, you are mistaken. This is not God who took his voice. It is the fear of dogs that obsessed him. We were having a wonderful dinner. The fish was delicious. Jesus took a burning chunk and sharply brought it to Obed's son's eyes. The guy screamed, "You'll burn my eyes. It is enough that I am voiceless." Everyone laughed. "You can talk," you screamed. Tears appeared on the father's eyes, and Toa turned to the sea and started screaming. They asked Jesus, "What have you done?" "I moved the fear away from your body. Talk as much as you want, but pronounce smart words, otherwise your fear will come back." "Thank you, Jesus, I promise." Fishermen spent some time, a little more time, on the shore and went back to the sea. They thanked Jesus for everything. Their boat was floating off, and Toa was shouting, "Do you hear me? See? Do you hear me? See? I can talk." We were watching them till they disappeared beyond the horizon. We stayed there for 2 more days and left for the settlement where David lived. When we approached the settlement, it became clear to us that something terrible was going to happen. We met a woman, and Jesus asked her, "Where is the family that lived in this house?" "I don't know," she said roughly, and went away. It is strange, thought Jesus. Something has happened here. The woman came back and said, "I am sorry. I didn't recognize you. You healed David's mother, didn't you?" The hurricane hit. Thunder rumbled. "Let's go inside the house. No one lives here." We entered the house. It started raining cats and dogs. The woman told us everything. Where is David now? Asked Jesus. He walked off to look for you. I am so sorry for this guy. He was so nice. We were listening to his reading. If it were not the bloody priest, had it not been for them, everything would be well. I saw tears in his eyes. The lightning flashed and the grumble of thunder was heard. We were silent. After some time, Jesus said, "Thunder and lightning always brings me luck. Now nature is telling me, Jesus, it is all right. David is alive. He is in good hands." We heard the roar of thunder, which seemed to prove the words of Jesus. "Yes, Mom, you were right. I should have listened to you. Now, I want to know who sent priests here. Though I have one assumption. Jesus, I think you are right, but it is hard to prove." It was still thundering outside, and we couldn't sleep till the very morning. In the morning, it was windy and still raining. When the weather comes down, we will go to Capernaum. I have to see Peter and Andrew. No news from them, too. Everybody agreed with their teacher. When the weather chilled out, we left for Capernaum. Mom, I was persecuted and betrayed by this city. I know how it will meet me now. If Peter and Andrew were doing the right job, people will meet us in a good way. I replied, we will see. We reached the city late at night and went straight to Peter's house. It was downpouring there too, and it was fresh outside. The wind was still blowing. It was dark at Peter's house. We knocked, but no one opened. We knocked again. "Who is this?" We heard Peter's voice. "Your teacher with disciples." Rabbi, please, come in." We entered the house. Peter looked lost. "Calm down." "No, first sit down and eat. We'll talk later." We sat down around the table. There was enough space for everyone. "Peter, I apologize for bothering you and your family so late. You know, after all that has happened to us here, there is no other house to come to." "Rabbi, we are brothers. My home is your home." "Thank you, Peter. Tell us how you are doing. How is Andrew?" "You know, Jesus, it is different every day. Many people believe, but there are some who say we are serving the devil. When we preach, some arguments arise. People become bullying towards each other." "Yes, Peter, people do not understand, but they will. They will understand." "I will love to see that," said Peter. "All our efforts are not in vain. Goodness is more powerful than evil. Tell me, Peter, when you were leaving Caesarea, there was a boy, David, with you?" "Yes, Jesus. We delivered him to his settlement and gave him to his mother." "What happened?" "David's mother was killed, and he left to search for us and disappeared. No one saw him." "It is strange, very strange. Who could tell priests that David has a book given to him by the heavenly kingdom?" asked Peter. "And Jesus, where is Judas?" "He is waiting for us in Nazareth. He has some private affairs." "I see. What is next?" asked Peter. "At the dawn, we'll leave for Nazareth. and we'll discuss what to do next. Andrew came in the morning. Everybody was ready to go. We were walking along the main streets of Capernaum. When people saw us, they were trying to keep away from us. They were ashamed. Coming closer to Cornelius' house, we stopped. Jesus entered. Cornelius was happy to see him. Jesus, I didn't expect you to meet me. I never forgot, and I never forget kind people, especially those who help me. Jesus, I am leaving Capernaum. I will move to Caesarea forever. It is the place of my birth, and I feel it will be easier for me to do good. Cornelius, I have a request to you. Do you remember I had a boy named David? Yes. He disappeared. If you meet him, please take care of him. Of course, Jesus, I will. Jesus, I see you have a chariot. Take 2 more from me. It will be easier for you to move. Thank you, Cornelius. I'll take it. Cornelius' wife prepared a bag of food for us, and we left for Nazareth. Not far from Nazareth, we met Barbius with his suit. It seemed to me that he looked different. Even his speech was different. Teacher, I welcome you and your disciples, and I bow to everything you are giving to people. I am telling people about you, and I feel that people of every settlement has been waiting for you. Thank you, Barbius. Jesus, I gave you my people to protect you. Where are they? Barbius, I let them go home. They won't come back to your gang. Well, this is their choice. Who will protect you then? My faith is in my talisman. So right you are. One more thing to tell you. Recently, I met a young man in a strange dress. He had a camel fur coat, leather belt, but it was not the mane. There was a boy with him, the one I saw with you. Did he leave you, Jesus? Barbius, are you telling the truth? Why would I lie to you? I saw them moving towards Anion. The boy had a book in his hand. Thank you, Barbius. It is wonderful news. David is alive, and his destiny brought him to John the Baptist. Thank you so much. What for? I didn't do anything. I'll tell you once, said Jesus. I cried. If he is with John, we shouldn't worry about him, Mom. He will be fine. We'll meet him soon. I felt relieved. Jesus became lighter and more relaxed too. Mom, how come that people's roads are crossing? I could not even imagine that David may meet John. Son, no wonder. It is God. He is guiding us along our path. Jesus, said Barbius, in Nazareth I saw Judas, your disciple. He seemed suspicious to me. He looked and behaved as if he was scared of something. Barbius, thank you for this piece of news too. I noticed that he is not well. Well, Barbius, we have to go. I feel we will meet again soon. We parted and moved all in the opposite directions. I, Jesus, and disciples went in one way, Barbius in another. John and David reached Anion, and on the bank of the Jordan River, they set their camp. People heard that a prophet sent by Elijah settled at the river. He knows everything. Even though John was not really eloquent, people liked him. There were many people around the fire every evening. When David was reading the book, everyone was silent. Afterward, they asked him many questions. John and David were pleased to answer all of them. People were delighted with their replies. Every day, people came to the Jordan River. They wanted to know their destiny. Here, in the river, John was baptizing people, washing out and away all their sins with fresh, pure water. He helped babies and the sick and the old, all the people and all of those who needed his help. Many asked, we heard that a living God is on the earth. John, when will we see him? Soon. He is already on the way here. You, the children of the kingdom of heaven, shall rejoice that you live in the time along the real God. You can see and hear him. Be ready to meet him at any time. Open your souls for the real faith. His stories and preachments will teach you God's truth, which will protect you if only you believe in it. Then you will become immortal. Having come to Nazareth, we went to my favorite place and sat under the only tree near the spring. Jesus spoke to all of us. My brothers in Nazareth will stay not for long. Soon we'll leave for Jerusalem. But before we reach it, we will enter every settlement on our way, and we'll meet those who are waiting for us. You'll see that people are waiting for us and that they believe in us. Let's go inside, have a rest, and discuss our future plans. Dear readers, we will pause and we will stop there. We will continue another day along this journey in the book entitled The Sacraments of Eternity. Until next time, dear readers, take care, be well, good day, God bless, and thank you.